I think it was that amazing philosopher, Gabor, who once said, as a woman you have to watch out, because always behind your back there is a woman there who is either cleverer or younger or with less cellulite. And I can tell you how terrifying it is to be in a room full of women who by and large have all those three criteria. Like really is unfair. But in truth, I'm afraid, life is unfair. So when I look at you, I see a new generation, I see the mothers of the future, I see the doctors of the future, the MPs of the future, the lawyers of the future, the designers of the future, hopefully the future Prime Minister as well. But I also see a room full of people who at some point in life you're going to face some tough times. And probably pretty much all of you are going to face at some point some discrimination, whether it's at home, whether it's in the workplace, wherever it is. And I cannot lie to you about that. But yet, I think, this is as good a time as any, really, to be a woman. And also, no matter what people say, the UK is probably one of the best places in the world for being a woman. I have worked a lot with various countries in the Middle East in my previous life, and I do quite a lot of women-related charity work right now in some African countries, and I can tell you that the hardship of many women there puts our own lives in perspective. You have fantastic aids. I think that is an aid that everybody here who is older would love, because you're still investing in your own lives and you're full of potential. But I think that you can already see the glimpse of how you're going to materialize that potential and to give back to society what society is now giving to you. And Pinky has asked me to give you a little bit of advice and tips, and I feel very, very unqualified really to give you any advice, because on the day-to-day I do, as anybody else, take a leap of faith, and you very much hope that things are going broadly in the right direction. But if I can give you any advice, there are two pieces that I would like to leave there with you. I don't have any magic recipe for happiness and fulfillment, but I am old enough, now 43, older than Shani, to know that happiness and fulfillment comes from effort. Whatever it is what you do in life, just throw yourself at it with as much effort and as much passion as you could possibly master. And that, I'm afraid, includes studying as hard as you can. If there is one thing that I feel really proud of in my life, is that I think that I have always worked hard. I come from a fairly normal background, a fairly normal family in Spain. My school and university was not particularly glamorous or particularly fancy, or actually it wasn't even very good either. But I studied hard. I worked as a horse there. And when I came out of it and I met lots of people from really fancy schools and glamorous places, I never ever honestly felt that I was disadvantaged in relation to them. Again, they may be a bit more self-confident at first, and definitely many of them could play better lacrosse. On literature and maths and things like that, I could give them a good run for everyone. So, background only matters insofar you let it matter. And while networking and mentoring are precious tools, and I think that this organization is incredibly generous to offer that to you, none of the fabulous women that you have around the room and that could mentor you are going to be able to do anything for you unless you deliver. So it is up to you to make that effort, and I'm afraid that there are no shortcuts. And do not believe that nonsense of people who say, say that education is pointless. Just study hard as you can, and be really proud of it. Now let's get back to the women, I think. You're about to get into what I call proper adulthood. You're almost there. And therefore, I think that you are about to experience one of the main differences that there are between men and women nowadays. I imagine that until now, you and your male friends would have been told by and large what you have to do in life. Well, as you become adults, what you will see is that many of your male friends will think that they feel free to take their own decisions, and by and large they will be free to take their own decisions, but as a woman, you will not feel so free. No matter your age, as a woman, society will have unoffered, unsolicited advice on whether you should work or not, what you should work, how many hours you should work, whether you should fix certain things to your children, how you should dress them, whether you should have children at all, how you should educate them, what you should wear, what you should not wear. Anything else anybody on the list is endless. Now, this applies to your husband, your partner, your colleagues, your neighbors, the people who may happen to know you just on a random basis, the magazines, your mother-in-law. And if you happen to marry a politician, you will also have the odd journalist telling you what you have to do as well. I think you know what kind of newspaper I'm talking about. My single piece of advice, the only thing, if I could open your brain and just leave one thing with you today, is this. You are the owners of your life, and the choice is yours. So choose whatever you want to do, work, don't work, have children, not have children, whatever it is, but make it your choice. Don't let anybody else to choose for you. I hope I haven't bored you with that. I have 3 sons, you see, so it's only, it's not very often that I have the chance to talk to young women. I think you have a fantastic future ahead. And I'm sure of that, because Pink is the kind of woman that everything she touches, she makes it into gold, and she really is betting on you. So capitalize on that. But never forget, being a woman with the excuse of the men around the room is a privilege. So just make the most of it. Thank you.